What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from AK Nation TV here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where I actually adopt similar connections to spot our differences. And welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, definitely follow me on all social medias, Twitter and Instagram at West the Good Guy. My main Instagram is AK Nation TV. I'm here to talk very briefly about what did I just watch? The reunion of the Challenge Season 39, Racing to be a Champion, whatever the title of the show was. Y'all know my memory is bad. At least for stuff that, well, it's a TV show, so my memory's going to be bad for her. But yeah, I didn't review last week's episode because I hadn't really watched it until like the weekend. And then when I did watch it, I felt that it was very lukewarm. Some of y'all were telling me that it was very lukewarm. And so I was like, all right, well, I'll just wait to part 2 because I didn't hear nothing from Baby Daddy the whole part 1. And then, you know, Nurys was asked this question, who do you think is good boyfriend material for your best friends, or whatever the question was, lame question it was. And she picked Ed. But then Nurys said that she picked Kyland as well, but they edited it out. And I'm trying to figure out, did Kyland talk at all outside of kissing Melissa and outside of cussing out Asaf? Did Kyland have anything else to say? Because Kyland was like a big, huge portion of this season. Kyland and Horacio. Horacio from a whole nother country had more airtime than Kyland ever did. And that blows my mind. I love Nurys. Nurys got a ton of time. Okay? She took out Kyland and Horacio. But we don't hear from Kyland at all? What is going on with that? There are quite a few people on the set that we did not even hear from. We didn't hear much from Ed. Ed played a part in some things. We didn't hear from Kyland. We heard from Big T and Melissa, who got kicked out way before Kyland did. We didn't hear much from Zaza. We heard so much from Callum, and Callum was out like the first 2 or 3 episodes. We heard more from James. Like, this made no sense. I was really, really annoyed. I felt like a lot of people got an opportunity to speak, but we didn't hear from Ed. I don't really care about Ed. We didn't hear from Kyland. And I was like really confused because Kyland and Horacio led the charge this particular season. If it was not for Kyland and Horacio, what would this show have been? You see what I'm saying? And yes, Nurys was the reunion. That's fine, because she was number 2 to Michael Jackson, okay? But I was like, it made no sense. We heard so much from the vets. The vets had more airtime than half the people that didn't show up and half the people that was actually on stage. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The reunion as a whole was, I don't know, it wasn't hitting on any kind of cylinders for me. The only thing that got not even resolved was the Nurys, Jay, and Olivia debacle. And like Olivia apologizes and she cries and she was in her head and blah, 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 blah. And she thought the whole world was against her and all of this crap. But I'm like, okay, whatever, cry me a river. And we really didn't hear much from Jay, to be honest. And Jay and Michelle, like, fueled this whole thing. I think all we heard about Michelle was that she was hooking up with Callum and she was upset, and Callum, the girlfriend, the boyfriend. Then Michelle tried to chime in when Nurys was talking to Jay. She was told to shut the hell up, and she shut the hell up. But we didn't get nothing about the alliance. We didn't get nothing about how they felt leaving, getting kicked out. We didn't even get the resolve between, a reason why Corey chose Jay. It was just like everybody didn't like Jay. But we didn't get any details about that. Jay was just, oh, you kissed Olivia. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. And that's it. What kind of reunion was this? This was so confusing today. The vets had more going on than the people on the regular show. There was so much left out of this reunion. I'm thinking that it was going to be a part 3, but it was not a part 3. That's it. So I'm going to go down the line and I'm going to try to summarize all this, at least to the level of importance that I care, right? Because I really didn't care a lot about the stuff that they was be talking about. I didn't care. Callum, I didn't care about him hooking up with Michelle. I didn't care about him having a girlfriend. He crying, talking about, oh, I feel bad. He's a softie at heart. You can hear his voice. He is soft, okay? He is soft. He is a soft. He is a cute softie. But nobody cared about that. Zaza, we didn't hear about Zaza. All we heard was that she was upset that James never called her, but she's not really mad. She never blocked him. That's all we got. But Zaza was apparently a threat. Zaza was, you know, was the female Horacio. Didn't hear much from her. Then we get to James. James didn't have nothing to say unless it was attached to Mariah. Then we get to Mariah. Mariah talks about Bananas. Bananas was sucking toes on somebody else's show. And, you know, she started crying because she felt bad, didn't want to hurt him. But ultimately, she had a better connection with James, even though they live in 2 separate continents and they don't really talk. They talk, but don't really talk. Okay. Then we get to Corey. Okay, Corey has a big part of the storyline, but we didn't really, like, a good question would have been, why were you on the outs so much so in the beginning portion of the show? That would have been a good question to get answered. You see what I'm saying? Like, why didn't that get discussed? It was just, oh, Big T, Melissa, Corey, Big T, Melissa, Corey. You know what I'm saying? Why did you specifically choose Jay at the end? What broke y'all? Because you were riding with Jay and Michelle, so what broke you at the end? We didn't get that. You see what I'm saying? Who was next to Corey? Somebody was next. Kyland. Kyland got a big portion of it. I don't understand why, but she got a big portion. So we found out we didn't find out nothing. She just liked Emmanuel. She was upset that Emmanuel didn't like her, and she was a snake. That's all we got out of that. Emmanuel wearing the Michael Jackson thing, he is not that great. I don't know why he's wearing this. He finished the little pink sherbet milkshake at the end, and he thinks he's God's gift. You know what I'm saying? Emmanuel, oh my God, I don't understand. Tori said one thing that was correct. They should have allowed a woman and a man to be the victors at the end, because having one person out of the 24 people or 26 or 32 people, however many people showed up on the show, having the one person as the winner, that was trash to me. It should have been 2 champs. You know what I'm saying? One for the dude and one for the chicks. That made absolute sense. And Tori said that. Should have been that. Don't nobody care about Emmanuel cheating on his girlfriend. They broke up. Don't nobody care. No one cares. He's like, oh, I knew that I was supposed to. I knew it was going to be me since the very beginning. Whatever. No one cares about that. Then who was next to Raven? We got a little bit about Raven, but the only thing that we got about Raven was the whole concept of her getting an apology from Melissa for throwing a drink in her face. That's really what we got from her. I really wanted, she was a big part of the show too. You know what I'm saying? Like, the white questions weren't answered. We were worried about what they were saying on Twitter versus what actually happened in the show. Then we get Nurys. Nurys was part 1 and part 2 of the reunion. I'll give her her 10s. That's fine. I don't have no problems with Nurys. Then we come to Olivia. Olivia ain't had nothing to say outside of what happened with Nurys. That was her whole storyline. And then we get Horacio from a whole nother country got something to say. And he on here for a little bit, but he on here from a whole nother country and saying more than half the people on stage. So I'm like, all right, don't nobody care about Olivia. Then we get Michelle. Michelle was just told to shut up for 15 times. She shut up, and then she had a little piece with Laurel and her little piece with Callum. But she ran the whole show. Her and Jay ran the whole show, but we don't hear about from Jay for like the last little bit of the show. And he up here like, I apologize. Nurys like, you called me a week before the reunion because you knew the reunion was coming up. That's not true. I had to get myself together. I had to go to the beach. I had to get in the mountains. I had to get myself, clear my head. I had to watch it back to see what really happened. Ciao, bye. Miss me with all that. Who was sitting next to Asaf? We get Asaf. Don't nobody care about Asaf. He's beautiful, beautiful gowns. Beautiful gown. Like, his body is sickening. Whoever he dating or married to, he's a beautiful man. Personality-wise, is not hitting it. It's just not hitting it for me. Then we get Big T and Melissa. They were second to the reunion to Nurys. It was Nurys, then Big T and Melissa was second. How? Because they're wearing crowns and they got the gowns? I'm so confused. I like Big T and Melissa, but they were not the show. Why are we here? We should have heard more from Raven before a Big T and Melissa. Are you serious? Completely over it. Then who was across from Melissa? Baby Daddy and Ed. I don't know why they paired up together. Don't know what that is, but they're paired up together. And we don't hear nothing from Kyland, and we don't hear nothing from Ed. What? I'm so confused by this. I'm not understanding this at all, because Ed had a hand in what was done in the game, and so did Kyland. Everyone and their mama was after Kyland and Horacio. Why did not Kyland get no questions answered? Why didn't we find out why Ed went the way that he went? You know? Ed is supposed to be this good guy, but what he thought, did he really think what was happening to Nurys was good? You know, child, it was, I was annoyed. Then we get Tori and Cara Maria having this banter back and forth about what, I don't know. Hopefully we find out on well, Tori's not on All Stars. Cara Maria is. Well, we don't know what's going on. Then Laurel got something to say about every man that she liked. She liked Horacio, she liked Callum, she in her feelings. You know what I'm saying? She in her feelings for the injustice of women and men on the show. I'm like, all right, Laurel. Okay, but you lost. Like, you lost your thing. So did Cara Maria. Like, what? The only ones that won was Devin and Tori? Are you serious? Then Devin is there. Devin is Devin. It is what it is. He's great TV. Darrell at this point is just good to look at. That's about it. That's about it. And then Cara Maria, I loved her boots. I can't wait to see what she's giving in All-Stars. You know what I'm saying? What are they giving in All-Stars? That's what I want to know. But that was the reunion. That was the reunion. And the best thing that came out of the reunion was Horacio saying that I don't understand why people think that he's the biggest threat. Because he's not the biggest threat. He's lost every challenge. And he went home. So not a champion. How is he a threat? That was like the most realist, authentic. Well, not the most, because everything Nurys said was dope. I appreciated it. But like, that was the reunion for me. That was like the light bulb, because why are we scared of Horacio? Like, what? Corey took out Jay, and you let Corey get all the way to the final, and Corey take you out. Anybody could have beat you, Jay, but you so hell-bent and fixated on Horacio and Kyland, and we don't hear nothing from them in this whole reunion. And we hear everything from Corey. What? We don't even hear from Jay. Like, this reunion was trash. It was trash. Throw the whole thing in the garbage. It was trash. It was trash. Like, who do I want to see back on another show? Damn sure want to see Baby Daddy. Nurys said she don't know if she's coming back anytime soon. It's a lot for her. It's emotional for her. She was crying every which way. Who else? I want Corey to come back, because I want Corey made it to a final. Corey took out Jay. Corey is that dude, period. He needs to stop getting emotional with these women, though, and yelling back and forth with these women, because, I mean, you know, especially being gay, people always going to look at, you know how that go, Corey. Cut that out. I want to see Raven back. I do. I want to see Raven back. I think that's it. I could deal with Zaza back, but I mean, she from the other continents. Like, do we really, you know, I'm a purist. Like, you know, I love Nurys, but she from the other show. And Kyland, I love Kyland, but he from the other show. Like, I'm a purist. Like, this started from Real World Road Rules. And that, like, you know, all these people coming from these other shows is one thing. But now they coming from these other shows and other continents. Like, that's a bit much for me. Because let's keep it a buck. None of these people from these other continents is who I'm talking about and ranting and raving about in his show. None of them. None of them. Child. They need to just, anyways, whatever. Y'all leave your comments below. I was very annoyed about this reunion. Both parts was sucky, and there's really not a lot to say. I mean, it was a cool show. It was a cool season. But I don't like the fact that Nurys didn't get a crown, because I think she deserved it. For everything that she went through, come on. And then we giving $250,000 to somebody that skated through. Like, I don't know. Like, the whole setup of the season was just trash ass. Like, going in elimination, not being able to get no awards to come back to save yourself from going in elimination, being taken out the way that Kyland, Horacio, Zaza were taken. It was just all trash to me. The show didn't really get really, really hot until Purge came along. But anyways, that's just me. Y'all leave y'all comments below. Let me know. We didn't even, why did, Emmanuel's a champ now, quote unquote. Okay, he drank the little pink shampoo drink or whatever that was. We didn't even get to get a comment about him turning his back on the vet. And now he a challenge champ, child. Maria Nunes didn't add the right question. Whoever wrote her question did not unless they just cut it out. I don't know, but this was trash. The reunion was trash. Both parts was trash. Leave your comment below. Let me know what you thought. Yeah.